Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to create a clear and professional table of content for a mini report. So let's assume that you've been given a task, an assessment brief, and then you've managed to go through, and then you want to actually structure your work. So obviously you might need a cover page, an abstract, introduction. You need to read assessment and try to identify the various tasks. So here I have 4 tasks here, and then I will just include conclusion and then references. So first of all, you need to structure your work. So I have my cover page, you need to type everything. And then here you need to put the cursor in front of the abstract because you want to use the page break. So here I go to insert, and then you locate page break. Then you move down. I want abstract to be on one page, a single page, right? So let me just include table of contents to this. So here I just click here, and then next is my table of content. I also want my table of content to be on a single page. So I need to just click here in front of introduction, still on page break, and I do that. Now, the next thing for me to do is to number my pages. So obviously the cover page is not numbered. So I want the abstract to have Roman numbers, right? Up to the table of content, and then the main work starting from introduction should have a page number numbering starting from 1 to till infinity. So now what I need to do is, because I don't want to have my cover page numbered, I just have to click here in front of the abstract and then go to layout tab, and then see you find break, click on it, and then you click on continuous. Then you locate the footer of the abstract. So you can have it here. You can double click to have it here. You do 3 things here. You click on link to previous, and then here you need to come to page number, format the page number to Roman numbers, and then say start from I. And then here you need to click on the bottom of the page. That's where you want to have it, and then choose this. So I have this there showing clearly. So for now, all the pages will have this Roman numbers, right? I also want to have my introduction going down, starting from number, whole number. So what I need to do is to just click here, the same process, layout, and then go to break, and then click on continuous, and then go down, locate the footer area of this particular page, which has the introduction, double click there, and then click on link to previous, and then go to format page, and then here the number format, choose 1, 2, 3 to infinity, and then start from 1. So make sure you see start from 1, and then you click on close header and footer. So here you can see that the cover page is not numbered. The abstract has the Roman number, which is I, and table of content has II, and then introduction has 1. So now when I move this to the next page, it will give me 2. So that now this page has the number 2. So undo, Control Z to bring it back. So now the next thing for me to have is some kind of content. So I will just use this equation to generate some random tests for my introduction. So let me also do the same for abstract. So abstract for assessment brief can be your checklist. So you just go through and then just write about what is expected of you to do. And then you need to introduce the subject itself or the topic. And then let me also have generate some random text for this. These are placeholders, right? Just generating some random text. Same way when I come to tax 2, I generate some random text as well for task 3. Task 4, I also generate some random text. And as well for conclusion. Now, for every academic writing, references are on a separate page. So let me just go to page break, then I send it down. So now the next thing that I need to do is to apply my style. So here I go to my home tab, you find heading, which is equal to heading 1. I right click on it, I click on modify, and then here I give it a formatting style. So it can be Arial, depending on the instructions given in the assessment brief. And then I give it a font size of 12. I see it should be bold. And then the color black. So now, when I highlight abstract and then I click on heading 1, it applies that formatting that I gave. The next, I will not do this because obviously I'll delete it and then use it. I'll generate a table of contents. I will not apply that. Introduction, heading 1. Task 1, highlight it, heading 1. Task 2, highlight this, heading 1. Task 3, highlight this, heading 1. Task 4, heading 1. Conclusion, heading 1. References, heading 1. So I can also, let's assume that in one of my tasks, let's say task 1, it wants me to write on some maybe 2 e-commerce website builder solution. So let's say 1 can be Wix. So I'm writing on Wix, and then maybe WooCommerce. So let me just copy the same content here. Great. So here I want to make this subheading under task 1. So what I need to do is for you to see it happening live, let me go to view and then check this navigation pane. So you get to see how the table of contents would look like. So here, let me go to my home tab again and then select heading 2 because it should come under task 1. So let me format this and give it Arial font size 12. In this case, I'm not going to make it bold. And then I'll give the font color black. So here, when I come here and then I click on heading 2, this is applied. So I can give it 1.1. So you see it comes under the task 1. It has indent itself to task 1. So the same way, when I come in here and I click on heading 2, the same way I can number it as 1.2. So right, so now I am done. I can generate my table of content. So I can delete this and then go to references, and then you find table of content, and then you click on any. I prefer using the first one. So here it's giving me my table of content. So what I need to do is I can add table of content to this, and then go to this, use the tab key, and then here write pages. Now here, if I want to change this to Shopify, and then Google site, I can make the changes here. You don't have to come to the table of content and try editing it. No, just right click on it. Just right click on it, go to update field and just select update entire table. And then it's going to update the entire table and then replace the Wix and WooCommerce with Shopify and then Google site. So you can see that the cover page is not numbered. So you can equally come in here where it has inbuilt cover page that you can use. So you can just select it. In most cases, you can also design your own cover page. So you can type the name of the organization or institution. So XYX University. And then increase the font size, make it bold, center. And then you can decide to have the institution's logo there, right? And then you can have the topic or the model that you're doing. So you can put the model information, your student's ID, and things like that. You can also make use of the inbuilt cover page and then have it there, right? So you can see that the abstract has up to the table of content, they all have Roman numbers, and also starting from introduction to references, all have whole numbers. Thank you.